Hi, everybody. It's me, Shane. Waiting for Ryan to join. That way I can invite him and we can answer all of your questions. But where is Ryan? Well, I hope he's hopping in here soon. We're going to answer all your burning questions about, I guess, anything. Here's a request. Is that from Ryan or is that just from someone? Oh, these are all the questions. Great. Yeah, he's going to hop on in here. We're going to... Oh, there's Ryan. He's screaming at me. Go live with Ryan Bergara.
Come on in, buddy. Come on in, buddy. Get on in here. Ryan's doing his...
Well, it took you long enough.
There we go. Ryan's
Walk
doing
the door.
Some elocution exercises. Were you doing your red leather, yellow leathers?
I was trying to get you to approve my request. I thought you were purposefully trying to filibuster me here.
No. You just, it's a bit of a lag. Welcome, everybody.
How's it going, everyone?
Normally we do these live streams together, but as you know, we are locked away in our own apartments, living our lives. But that doesn't change the fact that there's an exciting, thrilling new season finale of BuzzFeed Unsolved True Crime Season 6 coming up this Friday.
The 100th episode this Friday,
Yeah.
3 p.m. Pacific time, coming your way. And as most of you may already know, if you followed the scavenger hunt clues, it is going to be covering the Somerton Man, which is the first episode we ever covered on this show, both supernatural or true crime. All the way back to the start, a nice little bookend for the century.
And I wasn't even there for that one. That was
you were not there for that one.
I was not a fan of the show. In fact, I think I remember saying, "Don't do this, man." And even after you did one, you said, this was a huge hit. We got to make more of these." I said, "I don't think so. I don't think this thing's gonna fly, man. You better just move on."
That was like Shane's tactic was to inspire me in that way. He chose to be adversarial in the beginning to inspire the show.
But yes, so the season finale is going to be this Friday at 3 p.m. PST. So tune in for that. We're going to answer some questions right now, in celebration and preparation of, I don't know, whatever. We got some questions. And we'll also be taking some questions as you type them in the little chat.
Yeah, for sure. Also, the Postmortem is going to be in 30 minutes as well.
That's true. That's coming
last
up.
Week's episode. And that Postmortem is wacky.
It's a little unhinged.
Just a little bit, yeah.
It's a little wild.
Anyways, let's go to the first question here. This comes from Mundi. They ask, how has your friendship evolved since the beginning of the show to now? Shane.
I guess it
how's it evolved?
I guess it
Talk about our friendship.
I mean, I would argue that it became a friendship, right?
I would say it was a friendship before that because of test friends.
Yeah, but even when we were more like we were friend co-workers.
That's
we were
true.
like, and then you go spend some time in some haunted houses with someone and spend, I don't know, how long were we in Ohio for? 8.5 weeks, it felt like.
It. It really did.
Yeah, it was a long time. So it not certainly friendly terms when it started, and then now real friends.
Yeah, Shane knows this. We've talked about this before, maybe not here, but maybe on Watcher, that I have a bit of a friend firewall when it comes to...
You do.
I not that I want to make friends, it's just that I'm naturally very, very suspecting of people. And before I let them in, they have to go through rigorous tests. And by tests, I mean shared experiences. So Shane had to almost die with me on an island for me to be like, okay,
that's right.
I guess long legs can stay.
Let me in, yes.
And then he got past the firewall, just like I finally got past the request to join the live stream.
Yeah, very good. Kurt Cobain case, someone says in all caps. I think that's pretty open. Oh, wait, I guess that's not open and shut. There's a lot of theories around that one. I don't know. Someone just said Kurt Cobain. Let's
There is a
see
lot,
some
yeah.
other if you were one of, I'm going to take a really good question here. If you were one of Shrek's toes, which one would you be? The pinky. Let's go back over to the document with some prepared questions.
Yeah. From Van Bro, you guys are probably one of the best duos I've ever seen. Oh, thank you, Van Bro. How did you
Thanks,
meet?
man, bro. Do you think that's someone's name, or do you think that's someone who's like a bro who owns a van?
Ooh, that's a good question. It could be either.
Because Van
I'm
is
gonna
a name.
lean Van. I knew a guy named Van. He was
Did
he was
you?
in college. I don't think it's the same Van. But this Van was very tall, taller than you, Shane, and he played basketball. I played against him. Very tough shot to block him, Van. Anyways, I like Van Bro. I like a bro who owns a van. That does make me laugh. He's like, I'm a Van Bro. Anyways, how did we meet?
Man with a van. How did we meet?
Oh, man with the van would be better.
At BuzzFeed, the company where we worked as interns, and then fellows, and then producers, and then full-time ghost hunters, baby.
What's funny is we were interns for like 6-7 months, or 5 months, 5 months,
Yeah.
and then fellows for what, another 3? Like, so about like a little under like 7-8 months, give or take.
Yeah.
And we sat at the same island of desks. Like, at one point I was like diagonal from him, and at another point maybe a little further away.
Yeah.
Barely even talked to Shane at that point. Did not know him at all, really.
If I'm trying to think of because you sat across from me, we exchanged pleasantries here and there. We were certainly on friendly terms.
Oh, no, there wasn't like I hate this guy. It was more just like we were on different teams.
We were on different teams. We were also all incredibly busy all the time. Like, we were barely ever at our desks.
Yeah, it was a stressful time.
I do remember when the Jurassic World trailer came out, we sort of, we like had a little postmortem about it. We were like, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah, we did do that. Yeah, because at that time I was hanging out with a different gang of interns that were all on similar teams.
Yeah.
Huh.
It came out. Let's see.
It's crazy that became your favorite movie too.
Yes, I love that film. It's a great film, and it's definitely not bad.
Shane actually has a Funko Pop figure of Blue from Jurassic World, everyone's favorite raptor. He has one of those because he loves the movie so much.
That might have gotten thrown out. I don't know what that is. Reminder for anyone just joining: this is a fun little Q&A we're doing in celebration of the upcoming 100th episode this Friday, the season finale about the Somerton Man, airing at 3 p.m. PST. What's your favorite horror movie? Asks a Gooligan. Ryan.
My favorite horror movie. Oh, that's tough. It's either Halloween.
Yes,
Halloween.
It's gotta be.
No, it is. It's because it's either Halloween or The Thing. Halloween, both the John Carpenter version, not the David Gordon Green version, but or the Rob Zombie version. I forgot there's 2 reboots of that movie. But the John Carpenter version is a masterpiece, a slow burn, just a really slow building of dread. But the Thing is, I think it might be The Thing. I really do.
I like The Thing a lot too, but I guess I don't put that as my top horror movie solely because it also sort of checks the sci-fi box, which is not necessarily bad. It just feels like it's more than just a horror movie to me. So if I'm going pure horror, I go Halloween.
So you're just a pure black and white guy, no nuance.
No, there is
this
nuance.
or that.
That's what I'm saying.
Which one is it? I don't know. I love The Thing.
The Thing is, it's a masterpiece. We're Carpenter heads. Everybody knows that.
It's great.
Let's go back to some pre-selected questions from Yu. I want this blown up and hung on every wall in my apartment. I believe Yu was referring to the fun promotional image we released in preparation for this 100th episode, which is you holding my severed head.
Yes. Yeah, it's a lovely photo. it was able to be kind of like almost like an aspirational thing for me, in the sense that, no, oh, well, I guess it's already out there. I've already said it on live. It's not aspirational. It's not something I planned on doing. It's just a fun thing, just a fun piece of art.
It's just a fun thing.
Yeah.
When Sarah looked at it, she was like, did they shrink your head in that photo? And I don't think they did. Do you think they had to? I don't
Probably.
think they did. No,
What's
no.
funny is they had
Well,
me
you do have
holding...
very little hands, so they probably...
Oh, actually, my
maybe they
hands
had-
are, and now I'm going to sound like the president, my hands are quite normal. Quite
Are
normal.
they, Ryan? Are
I
they?
could palm a basketball, a full-size basketball. Most people can't do that. So, not to toot my own horn there, but toot. But I will say,
His coach gave him little tiny basketballs. Like the kind you get in a
Nerf
claw
ball.
machine.
yeah. What they had me holding for Shane's head as a reference was this big dinosaur egg. So the fact that they would have to shrink his head from that reference is kind of funny to me.
Yeah. That image is actually available on shop.buzzfeed.com. They put it on some shirts. So if you want to wear your boys around town.
As a nice special limited edition 100th episode shirt, a commemorative shirt. Oh, that's a hard word to say, commemorative.
Commemorative.
It's hard to say without saying it like a jackass, because commemorative.
Commemorative.
Just like your commemorative Funko Pop of Blue the Raptor from Jurassic World.
That's right. What are some Blue-Eyed Sue says, what are our most annoying habits? And
I would say
we have a lot of research time on this, because when you're on the road with someone and also sharing a hotel room with them quite a bit, you really start to take some notes.
You know what's funny though is I don't think I picked up on any of your annoying habits while rooming with you or during our extended time on Unsolved. It's been mostly when we started watching, because I spent more time with you because of that.
Yeah.
I would say, how do we play this game? Do we guess each other's annoying habits, or do we say it and then do we agree or disagree? Which one's the more dangerous game?
I think we just pick one for the other person. They asked like me, what do I think yours is? And vice
I
versa.
see. Okay. Yours would be, man. You're about to cause a rift in the friendship here. It's
I'll go with a friendly one. Is that Ryan? Well, at least when we would travel, tends to sleep late, which is not bad. But anytime we would room together, I'd always be like kind of tiptoeing out of the room in the morning to go get a coffee or something. Because Ryan will sleep till like 1 p.m. Granted, we're up till 4 a.m. ghost hunting.
That's true.
So maybe it's fair.
Shane's would be, he does snore. He also sometimes sleeps on the bed with shoes on.
Well, sometimes that happens. I don't snore that much.
You do snore.
I've heard you snore louder than me, I think.
I don't think so. I have video evidence of mine. Do you have video evidence of yours?
I'd love to see the video evidence.
I would love to show it to you.
Let's see what other questions we got here. From YouTube B. So it sounds like YouTube. YouTube B.
I think that's the...
Have your perspectives changed over the duration of filming this series? Also, because...
No.
No, not at all.
No.
People always ask me, they're like, you got to believe it goes a little bit now, right? And I'm like, no.
Similarly, Shaniacs, a wild Shaniac will approach me on the street and go, hey, you definitely don't believe anymore, right? And I'll go, no, yeah, I've seen...
But honestly, I might win that battle, because if you ask Ryan, well, do you think any of the places you've been to aren't haunted? He would say, yeah, there's definitely a couple we went to that aren't haunted at all. Whereas I could...
There's been a couple. I can name them,
places
too.
were haunted? I'd say, nope.
Here's the thing. We
yes,
go into
could.
every haunted location. We gotta do our due diligence in that we have to investigate it as if it's haunted. Never for just like a show purpose, but more just so because I do want to find ghosts. So I'm gonna do everything I can, and I'm gonna investigate this place, regardless if it's like something boring like an Arby's, which might be haunted for different reasons, if you know what I mean. But yeah, there have been some places that we investigated, and by the end of the night, I was like, no, I don't know if this place is haunted or it's just not that active that night. That could be another thing.
Everybody in the comments is begging you to name which places don't seem haunted, but you wouldn't.
Oh,
do
yeah,
that.
I would name them right now. I mean,
Will you?
what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Come after me? Or are they going to be like, oh, like not very highly credited ghost investigator says this place
Well, I
ain't
mean,
haunted.
you can couch it in the fact that you believe some places may not have a lot of activity sometimes.
That is
Sometimes
true.
you just don't hit the jackpot.
I would say that some places just aren't that active when we go, but there are some places where I really didn't. I'm not going to say I have The Shining or The Sixth Sense or anything like that, but I do think that I get a general feeling of being.
But I do think that I have that, yes.
I know. I think that's just a basic. That's not so much a sixth sense that applies to ghosts. Now we're getting on a wild tangent, but I will say I've seen research of that humans could tell when they're being watched by other humans.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? There's like a basic.
Yeah, it's like there's like a sixth sense behind your kneecaps or something.
No, something like basically the test was, I forget where it was conducted, but they had a person sitting in a chair looking one way, and then they had a humans come in and then look at them and not look at them, and they were able to say when pretty accurately they were getting looked at.
All right, well, enough stalling. Which places do you feel you were not being watched?
Moon River.
Mm-hmm.
Moon River,
a wonderful brewery. You should still go there.
Which is great because
I mean, don't go there now.
That may or may not have had another prominent ghost hunting team that went there where stuff went down.
Yeah.
Goatman's Bridge.
I mean, it certainly ain't haunted anymore.
Yeah, because now there's new ownership. Under new ownership, we killed all the ghosts and demons there.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? What another place? Other ones that jump out to me. Those are the two that really stick out in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For all the new joiners, this is a fun little Q&A we're doing in preparation of the exciting season finale coming up on Friday at 3 p.m. PST. We're going to be digging into the Somerton Man, which is the first episode ever, but a revisit. Because the first episode, that was only what, like 5 minutes?
It was like 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
Really short. Not that much. It was like a very much a broad look at the case, just the broad strokes.
Yeah.
And now we got in there with our little tiny artisan brushes. And this is a bespoke episode that we've turned out for you for this Friday. It's a fun one. It's there's been new developments in the case too, which I think warrants a second look, a closer look, a deep dive. And I'm happy with how the episode came out, and I'm happy with the theories that we posit. And there are some crazy twists and turns in theories that haven't been done before in the show. One in particular, I know has not happened on any case we've covered. And it's crazy. And
when's
to help
the last time
you
you
won't
went
have
back?
to guess which turn, because I say
when's the last time you went back
in an even crazier turn. Yeah.
When's the last time you went back and watched the first episode? Because the thought of even paring that down to 5 minutes feels it feels like how could you even possibly?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it. I think after we filmed the new episode, because I didn't want there to be any kind of like accidental I guess meeting of my past mind with my mind now. I thought it'd be interesting to have 2020 Ryan go head to head against, would it be 2016 or 2017? When did it?
I have no idea. 2016.
I feel like 2016, right?
It was 2016, yes.
Yeah. Wow.
2017 was when we went to London.
This is crazy. 4 years, man. Holy moly. But yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about and you just joined right now, we're talking about the 100th episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved that goes up this Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, revisiting the first case we ever covered, the Somerton Man. Man, what a case.
February of 2016. They're confirming it in the comments for us. Someone says we should go to the Biltmore Hotel. That's very haunted.
Oh, yeah, the Biltmore Hotel. We went there briefly for the Black Dahlia case. Brent and I walked around it.
Yeah.
Back in the day before we actually investigated places or even were able to go to the locations, we would just go in with a cell phone and a little like gimbal thing, like a thing to make smooth recording, and we would just walk around and shoot what we refer to as unsolved B-roll, which is walking around a gift shop with people in it, looking pensively at like knickknacks and cracks on the floor.
This is coming up a lot. We also had a question about this. When is the next ghost hunting episode? Well, we're sort of locked down at the moment.
Yeah, that's a little tough at the moment. It's kind of hard to remote ghost hunt. I guess as someone, I FaceTimed a building owner and they just walked around with me, and I screamed from the phone, "Is there anybody here with me right now?" And then the ghost would be like, Wi-Fi's down.
Yeah. There are plans for Supernatural to return. It's just sort of like the rest of the world, on hold very briefly. So more updates as that develops. Let's see, any other questions here? A lot of places suggesting, a lot of people suggesting places to investigate. Aubrey Martinez, what was your favorite case to cover thus far out of all of the episodes?
True crime, D.B. Cooper. Supernatural. Man, I really love the Winchester house just because of the whimsy that's present there. And I'm also kind of like an architecture nerd, so I just love that place.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What was the most fun? You know what I really liked that it's easy for me to forget because it was freezing when we shot there, but Ohio State Penitentiary.
Yeah.
Is that what it was called? Ohio State Reformatory Penitentiary? I don't know. But yes, that one from the Shawshank prison. That place sort of had Waverly vibes in terms of a place that is so gargantuan and creepy that it's almost cartoonish. That's the only other place we've been where I'm like, oh, this place is like hilariously nightmarish.
This place is jacked up, man.
It's jacked up, dude.
I'm trying to think of though, like what trip, what maybe not trip. That's not fair because New Orleans would win. But what location did we go to where you actually were like, this was a lot of fun. I mean, we have fun in all of these, honestly, but like which one was the most fun? And I'm trying to think back, and that's like really, really vexing me.
The New Orleans trip was probably it, right? Because it was like we did
that voodoo episode.
Voodoo was a lot of fun. That Bloody Mary was incredible. But we had done Salem, and we're like in a snowstorm, and then flew down to New Orleans where it was like 80 degrees.
But I'm saying like location, like which location when we were there investigating it did you actually have the most fun? Because I would say Voodoo, because for me, when I research these cases in these haunted houses, I do look very deep into the lore of the place, so I know most of everything. But Voodoo was the one case where there was another host. There was Bloody Mary, who was actively teaching us while we were there. So I didn't know what to expect in some of those scenes. So that alone made that so much more of like an experiential thing for me, as opposed to me being like a performative thing.
Yeah.
In terms of me telling research that I've done to Shane.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which location we've had like the most fun at. Like during a hunt specifically.
Ooh, Hannah Williams was also really fun too, even though that was just my home.
I was also out of my mind on cold medicine during that, so I don't remember a lot of that.
Hopped up on
also, I don't know. It was fun because it was fun to have that obelisk there, but I also was like, I'm so tired of. It was exhausting for me because you and AJ just got in your little feedback loop. I was like, oh.
I mean, he was saying some crazy stuff, man. Some stuff that would be hard to tell.
So were you.
I don't know. Bel Air House was also fun.
That was, because we found beer in the fridge.
Yeah, Shane and I were drinking beer and eating pizza in a haunted, demonic house. And also, behind the scenes of that shoot, we got to watch two of our crew members get into a funny little fight. Not like a serious one, but one that we still joke about to this day.
Yeah, it was intense. It was a pizza argument. It was rough. We were all a little tense.
It was hilarious later.
Oh boy.
Okay. let's move on to another question then. I think we covered that one.
I think we're gonna do one more and then skedaddle, maybe one more cue.
Yeah, we could do that. And then once again, just as a reminder, we're here to celebrate the 100th episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved, coming this Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, covering the first case we've ever covered, the Somerton Man. Okay, let's
That was 100.
Let's look for a last question here.
There's a pre-selected one that we could do, or we could, if anyone wants to really drop a banger in the comments.
What should our last question be? I'd love for it to be a user-submitted one in the moment, in the spirit of this live stream. Also, while we're waiting for this question, reminding you all once again that we are going to try to shoot Supernatural when this pandemic cools off. Can't really leave our homes at the moment to do any ghost.
I mean, obviously we've been trapped in our homes for 4 weeks now. The thought of going and ghost hunting right now
makes me very excited.
Yes. I'm like, please.
I'll do it. I'll do anything.
Yeah,
I would love to. I really can't wait to get back out there and start investigating again. Which usually happens after we complete a season of true crime. We can't wait to get back to ghost hunting, and after ghost hunting, it's like, oh, pretty dirty, and oh my, have to throw away another bag of clothes that we went and used on our last trip for Supernatural, going into disgusting houses. I'm excited to get back to the desk and talk crime, but now, ready for this Supernatural hunt.
Well, here's a good question. It's not necessarily too involved, but someone said, do you guys have a ritual before cases? We have a few rituals on set before we shoot, I think, right? There's a number of songs that we rely on, and they change from time to time.
They change sometimes, yeah.
One of our go-tos is, Ryan is a big fan of the yodelers from what is it, the Matterhorn in Disneyland. Did I cut out or did you? Something terrible has happened.
Oh wait,
okay, there we go.
So I cut out for a second. That scared me. Yeah, the Matterhorn yodelers from the Disneyland Classics album, where it's like it's soundtracks of all the rides at Disneyland, and we listened to that for some reason. I don't know why it started. It started at the Dauphine Hotel randomly. I used to play that song to annoy my roommates, and it just somehow trickled into Unsolved.
And then there was also a while where we would rely on Austin Weber's cover of Mamma Mia, which is a great way to get the energy up.
There's that.
And then at some point it shifted to Evanescence.
Yeah. Bring Me to Life.
Yes.
Wake me up inside.
Uh-oh, you're getting some shade from Corn Diddy on here.
Oh, yeah? What is he saying?
He says, why did Ryan drop out of my fantasy football league? Is it because he was scared of losing to me?
Look, here's the thing. Now, I wish we could be talking about fantasy football because it's gone. But I will say that I've never been scared of Zach. In fact, the year that I lost to him, he knows in his heart that my team was better. And he has admitted that to me. It was just objectively a better squad. But I will say the reason I dropped out was because I was already in another league and I wanted to focus all of my efforts on that league. Because the year before that, I had won that league and lost in Zach's league. And I just felt like, let's repeat here.
Of course. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that does it for our fun little Q&A. Reminder, the season finale of BuzzFeed Unsolved airs this Friday at 3 p.m. PST. We're covering the Somerton Man. It's going to be a real barn burner, folks. I don't say that lightly. Ryan knows I don't say that lightly.
You say it almost all the time, but yeah, you do mean it every time.
Often. Yes. Yeah.
You mean it every time.
And we got a postmortem going up right now. What timing?
Good stuff. Oh yeah, it's going up in 1 minute. Buckle your seatbelts. There was something in the air that day in our houses because the windows were closed.
I don't know, man. Also, as Zach said, Speed Racer is a good film. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you again soon, and we'll see you Friday for that fun little finale. Bye bye.
See you guys later.